Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Tranny and C. I'm Tranny. This is C. Today, we have a very interesting one for us because we're excited that we get another Canadian whiskey that is kind of starting to top the charts, would you say? Or is that the music world? I don't know what you call it.
Probably music, but that being said...
Cool. It's very cool. It's a Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that this is one of very few that we've never tried. So I think we're excited to get our lips on this one. Wrap our lips around this one and see how she plays out here. So we've got the Signalhill whiskey.
I'm going to show it. You keep talking.
I don't really have anything else to say. See, that's one thing about Signalhill whiskey is like I literally know nothing about it.
Well, let me tell you, this one from the extensive research I've done.
Right.
This one's from Newfoundland and Labrador.
Oh.
And also Signalhill represents the first transatlantic radio signal spot. And I guess it's a historic site that you can visit. And it's a part of Canadian history and all that good stuff.
So what you're saying is I should know?
No, I just learned this by reading the back of the bottle about 5 minutes ago.
Okay, perfect.
So I also know nothing about it. But this is corn and barley. It's aged in 3 separate barrels. Ex-bourbon, white American oak, and ex-Canadian barrels. So it's kind of got some things going for it. 40% alcohol. Let's pop the top.
Kinda
Here we go.
like there's actually a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of a glug pop.
Glug pop.
And it has 94 points from the taste panel, whomever they are.
Oh, they're huge.
What matters is how many points we give it.
So, Canadian Whiskey Canadienne. I like the little, the Morse code dots beneath the bottle there. That's kind of cool.
It must be signaling something.
Exactly. Let's really get a healthy pour and get into this guy. Very cool. We're always excited to try new Canadian whiskey because there's just so much variety in Canada. Like, you never know what you're going to really get.
It has a Canadian corn thing going, but there's like a tartness as well.
It almost kind of reminds me, like, off the bat, that it could have been aged in, like, wine casks or something.
I was going to say, there's, like, that winey kind of sourness about it.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of, like, that Great Plains stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'm liking the nose so far. I mean, it's barley and corn.
Look at the
it's
color
aged
on
in
that,
3
too.
different barrels, so, like, there's definitely things happening here.
But I think the underlying spirit is the corn presence.
Yeah, corn's definitely in there.
Hugely bigly.
There's a little bit of like
it is 40%.
Oddly malty, kind of like honeyed. Yeah, there's a spice to it. I can't quite put my finger on it right away. Again, this is first impression.
Nose is bigger than 40%.
Absolutely, I was kind of
it has
thinking
quite
the
a
same thing.
presence to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some nice kind of vapors happening here, and the color is really.
You're not
nice.
struggling for a nose at all.
No, and actually, I think the barrels on it.
Well, it has a bit
really
of a
nice.
It also has a bit of a plastic petroleum kind of thing going on too, which is interesting.
Totally, and even a little bit of a skunky funk to it, which maybe I personally like.
Kind of
That's not a bad thing.
Okay, well, we can revisit the nose, but let's give it a taste.
Let's get some flavor, sure. Okay.
It's quite pleasant. I mean, it's got a
it's pretty soft.
Soft arrival.
Yeah.
Nice sweetness. It's like a 6-7 sweet.
I'd say the corn influence is bigger on the flavor than. Well, I mean, it is on the nose too, but it's definitely big on the flavor. But it is soft. There's like a.
It's gentle. It's got a sweetness. It's got a little bit of this tangy kind of finish on it, like back of the palate. Like, it's fairly pleasant.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with this at all. I think it's quite highly crushable, to be perfectly honest. Like 40%, it kind of behaves like a 40% on the palate more than it does on the nose. Like on the nose, it has a little bit of like almost like a cheesier funkiness to it. Where
but
on the palate
there is this like over-ripened fruit kind of thing going on in like the back palate that makes it kind of like it's kind of it's got a richness to it. Yeah. It's kind of custardy on the on the finish. The viscosity is like it drinks kind of like thick actually. Yeah. I think it's actually seems to be like one of those drams so far. Like I'm almost done my glass because I keep wanting to figure out what it is. It keeps you coming back. Like maybe a little bit like black curranty. You know what I mean? Like there's actually kind of like a weirdly some like sort of actually has like a little bit of like a rum sort of vibe. Yeah, actually you're right. Yes, it's a little rum casky. Interesting. Actually, you're really right about the rum thing. There is that rum sugar. Yeah, like it's definitely a sweet one. Maybe it's like 7-8. Yeah, maybe a 7-8. Definitely somewhere in there. But it's very pleasant. It's pretty crushable. Easy drinkable. Like this would definitely like. I can see it for cocktailing for sure too. I was just gonna say like this is you can always sip a whiskey any day of the week, but sometimes whiskeys are totally okay to mix in cocktails. This would even be like a pretty solid just rye and ginger. Okay. Even though I know it's not like rye. I don't think there's any rye in it. No, but as I know a title, you know, Canadian whiskey and ginger. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty solid. I'd say it's good, and it's if this is I again we don't know anything about this one. Mm-hmm. If this is a first release and first impression, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Lots of room for experimentation, definitely. As there always is in Canadian whiskey. So, cool. All right. Well, click like, subscribe, tell a friend, go to our Instagram at TrennyNC or our TikTok at TrennyNC. And sign up. We always have lots of extra content there. Yes, exactly. Cool. All right. Cheers.